Have you ever wondered about the real story behind the big, green monster with bolts in his neck? Forget the movies, because today we're diving into Mary Shelley's original masterpiece, Frankenstein, and trust me, it's a story far more tragic and thought-provoking than you can imagine. We'll journey through one of the most brilliant and heartbreaking tales ever written, ready to meet the real monster. Our story begins not with a mad scientist in a castle, but on a ship trapped in the icy Arctic. The captain, Robert Walton, is on a quest for glory when his crew spots a strange sight, a gigantic figure on a docksalt, disappearing into the distance. The next day, they rescue a man, nearly frozen to death, floating on a piece of ice. This man is Victor Frankenstein, and as he recovers, he begins to tell Walton his unbelievable story as a warning. Victor's tale starts in Geneva, where he had a happy childhood. He was a brilliant but obsessive young man, fascinated by alchemy and the secrets of life and death. He goes off to the University of Ingolstadt, where he excels in chemistry and natural philosophy. Fueled by ambition and a desire to conquer death itself, he becomes obsessed with a single, horrifying goal: to create life from non-living matter. He spends months, even years, raiding graveyards and charnel houses, stitching together body parts to create a new being. He works in secret, isolating himself from his family and friends, his health failing as he gets closer to his unholy creation. In a dreary apartment, on a rainy November evening, Victor brings his creation to life. He had chosen its features to be beautiful, but the result is a catastrophe. With its watery yellow eyes, shriveled skin, and black lips, the creature is hideous. Horrified by what he has done, Victor flees in terror. Abandoning his creation, he falls into a feverish illness, nursed back to health by his dear friend, Henry Clerval, who knows nothing of the monster. When Victor finally recovers, the creature is gone. He tries to forget his terrible secret and immerse himself in his old life, hoping the nightmare is over, but it's only just beginning. A letter arrives with devastating news. Victor's youngest brother, William, has been murdered. Victor rushes back to Geneva, and near the scene of the crime, he sees a familiar, ghastly figure in a flash of lightning. He knows instantly that his creation is the killer. However, the blame falls on Justine Moritz, the beloved family servant. Despite her innocence, circumstantial evidence condemns her, and she is executed. Victor is consumed by guilt and despair, knowing he is responsible for 2 innocent deaths. Seeking solace, Victor retreats to the mountains. There, amidst the sublime icy peaks of the Alps, he comes face to face with his creation. But this is not the mindless brute Victor imagined. The creature speaks, and he speaks with eloquence and intelligence. He tells Victor his own tragic story. He explains how he learned to speak and read by secretly observing a family of cottagers. He grew to love them and yearned for their companionship. But when he finally revealed himself, they reacted with horror and drove him away. This cruel rejection, the final straw in a life of loneliness and isolation, filled him with a rage and hatred directed at all of humanity, and especially at his creator, who abandoned him. The creature makes a demand of Victor. He doesn't want to be a monster. He just wants a companion, someone as hideous as himself, so he won't be alone. He promises that if Victor creates a female companion for him, they will disappear together into the wilds of South America, never to trouble mankind again. If Victor refuses, the creature vows to make his life a living hell, culminating in a terrifying threat. I will be with you on your wedding night. Victor travels to a remote island in Scotland to begin his grim work on a second creature. But as he works, he is plagued by doubt and horror. What if this new creature is even more malevolent? What if they reproduce and create a race of demons that could plague humanity? He looks up and sees his first creation peering through the window, a ghastly grin on its face. In a moment of revulsion, Victor destroys the half-finished female creature. The monster is enraged and unleashes his final, chilling threat before disappearing into the night. Soon after, Victor's best friend, Henry Clerval, is found murdered. Victor is accused of the crime and thrown into prison, suffering another mental breakdown. He is eventually acquitted and returns to Geneva, a broken man, to marry his beloved Elizabeth, hoping to find some semblance of peace. But he is haunted by the creature's promise. On their wedding night, he stands guard, expecting an attack on himself. But the creature is far more cunning. While Victor is distracted, the monster slips into their room and murders Elizabeth. Victor's father, upon hearing the news, dies of grief. Now, Victor has lost everything. His entire life is consumed by a single purpose: revenge. He pursues his creation across Europe and into the frozen wasteland of the Arctic. This chase is what led him to Walton's ship. After finishing his story, Victor Frankenstein dies, his quest for vengeance unfulfilled. Just then, Walton hears a sound from the cabin where Victor's body lies. He enters to find the creature weeping over his creator's corpse. The creature confesses his own immense suffering and regret for the terrible things he has done. With his creator gone, his own purpose, his quest for either love or vengeance, is also finished. He tells Walton that he will now travel to the northernmost point of the globe and build a funeral pyre to end his own miserable existence. He then leaps from the ship onto an ice raft and is carried away by the waves, disappearing into the darkness and distance, lost forever. The story ends as it began, in a vast, lonely expanse of ice, leaving us to ponder who the real monster was: the creature born of hubris, or the man who created and abandoned him. And that's the powerful and tragic story of Frankenstein. It's so much more than a simple horror story, isn't it? It's a tale about ambition, loneliness, and the responsibilities we have for our creations. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more classic literature breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.